What's up, guys? Tonight I am working on removing the brake shoes from this 1985 Honda Shadow 500. This will be the second time I've done it in the last couple of days, mainly because the first shoes I bought did not fit. Yeah, they were some cheap knockoff brand version. Didn't quite fit the way I wanted to. And then these guys right here were the ones that were in there, pretty terrible. A little bit destroyed. They kind of broke up. I'm pretty sure they're maybe the original brake shoes that were in there. I'm gonna take off the rear tire, pull the brake shoes off again, and then I'm gonna wait for some new ones to show up. So I already did this job once. The brake shoes I got didn't fit, so I had to grind them down, kind of rig them a little bit to get in there, and just don't trust it. So ordered some more reputable name brand versions. Hopefully those will work. We can get those in there and then get this road back on the road. So that's what we're working on today. I'm going to go through this kind of step by step and show you guys what I'm working on and how I'm getting there, and how not terribly hard it is to do, but doesn't take long, probably half hour, if not less, the second time I'm going to do this. So right now I'm just going to start pulling these apart. So right off the bat, I'm going to disconnect the cable lines. Oh, it should be a 10. There should be a 10 millimeter socket. I actually grabbed my 11. Should be a 10 mil. It's easier if you just stick a wrench on there. If you're cheap like me and don't want to pay for power tools to do this. But it is about 90 degrees out and humid, and I don't have AC in my garage, so it's extremely hot. Fool around with this here for a second. I also just had surgery on my elbow a couple weeks ago, so a little difficult using my left hand, but I'm trying to get it back in motion here, so that's why I'm using it. So I learned a valuable lesson when I did this the first time. Don't force this bolt through here, otherwise you're going to strip your threads. And then it's even more of a pain in the ass to get off. So I'm going to try to pull this out pretty gently. There we go. And I always like to just put this stuff back together where I found it, so I remember where it came off at later on down the line. So I'm just going to disconnect that and lay it down. Don't have to do too much. All right, now that I got that off, it's kind of hard to see, but it's down here. Next up, I'm going to get that bolt removed. That's a 12 millimeter. Should be this guy already set on here. This is the swing arm that kind of stabilizes the rear tire to the frame. Get that off of there. And again, try to keep all my pieces together. Pull that off and just slide her down. And that bolt will kind of just pop out through the back, so you gotta be careful so not to lose that. But again, once I'm done, I'm just gonna take all my pieces and put them back together here just so I don't lose them. It can happen. All right, I've got that done. Now we're gonna loosen this guy here, also a 12 millimeter. You can go ahead and just undo that all the way. Just get it out of there. All right, now that we got that off, I'm gonna switch to the other side and kind of show you what I gotta do over there, and then we're pretty much home free there. All right, so next up we're going to remove the this axle pin here, or whatever you want to call it. I gotta remove this nut here. Once we remove this nut, we'll get a little sledgehammer, kind of poke it through, get it off. But this requires a 22 millimeter. I'm just gonna bust that. It's already a little loose from when I did this job the other night. So I'm just gonna get this all the way out, basically to the end. I'm just gonna get it right down here to where I can do a couple of love taps on it without hurting the thread. So I'll get it off, and I'm gonna screw it on a couple of threads there. Oh, and I should have my handy dandy rubber mallet sitting someplace right at my feet. So I'm gonna use this here rubber mallet. We're just gonna lightly tap that. Knock that through. And it's going to push it all the way out on the other side. And you can see now that me hitting that through there kind of knocked that pin all the way through to the other side here. So I think I found it easier to get my feet up under here and kind of just give it a couple more love taps. Get her out of here. Just gonna tap it all the way through as far as I can. Lift up with my feet. This is not wanting to come out today. There we go. I'm gonna kind of work it through a little bit. There she comes. That'll come on out. A little greased up. When you pull that out, there's a spacer between the wheel here that this slides in to keep it locked in place. So now that we got that off, this tire should kind of pop off the shaft. Get very carefully, and we can roll it back out. Now that we got that rolled out, I can then pluck this guy off here without needing to do anything additional. And then there you have it. Brake shoes off. Got that out. Not too terribly hard. About 10 minutes total. That's the second time I did it. The first time I did this, so I did this 2 nights ago. The first time I did this, you can see, let's see if I can get in here. This all in here was just coated with brake pad and dust and just nasty, nasty stuff from the original shoes that were in there. So I cleaned it out with some brake clean. I put on these, but I'll show you guys here in just a second why I'm going to swap these out. All right, so I ordered these off of, I think, Amazon. That's where I got them. They were dirt cheap, I think 25 bucks or something, for 30 bucks maybe for these. But as soon as I went to put this back in, I knew that immediately that there was an issue with them. And I'll kind of show you what I had to deal with here. So again, I'm going to save these. I'm just going to put all my stuff right down here in one spot, just to keep it all in one location. Yeah, sure, the brake shoes are nice and all. Like, these aren't terrible. They got enough padding. Probably would have lasted. This is a cheap bike. I think I paid $500 for this bike 10 years ago. The guy said it didn't run. I think I got it running in about a day. But the problem that I ran into with these is when I went to stick them back in, see, this piece here has a very distinct distance. I don't know what the distance is in between here, but the end of the shoe needs to fit in here so that it locks it. So when you step on the brake pad, it twists this and it engages the brakes. So when I got these, you can kind of see some of the handiwork I did. These right here were too thick. This was too thick for the ability for it to fit in here the way it needed to, so it wouldn't seat in properly. And so I took my grinder and kind of grinded these down. I'd already opened them and I wasn't going to send them back for the 30 bucks I dealt with. As you can see, like this one I had to make shorter. The reason was, once I got these set in here, the machine work on this was done so thick, width-wise too, that it was too wide on the shoe, or sorry, too wide in here to then slide back into the hub. So I had to shave it all down. So to fix the issues that I was dealing with the thickness this way and the thickness this way, I just grinded these down a little bit on both sides. Mainly chopped this one off with my jigsaw metal blade, chopped that off so it would fit as a temporary to put it back in there so that I could at least test it out, make sure I put everything back right. But as you can see, I don't trust that. I don't trust that one bit. I wouldn't. My ultimate goal is to sell this bike, get rid of it, and pick up something else similar to tinker with. I just enjoyed kind of fixing up old bikes. But I want to make sure it's safe for the next owner, so I'm going to do it right. So I ordered some new ones, have those come in. I just wanted to kind of get this off and get it prepped. Essentially, you do the exact same thing. I'm actually looking at this and I know I did this wrong because these springs are supposed to be facing upwards, but whatever, I'll get it fixed this time. So the springs need to be pointed upwards, not downwards like they are here. I'm not going to clean this back out again, so just a little bit of test driving I did. It broke off a bunch more nastiness in there. You can kind of see if I hold that, I got to clean all that back out again to kind of get this nice and cleaned up. But I'll work on that. I'll show a video when I get that in. I'll get all this put back together and show you that too. Thanks for watching.